What's going on, guys? Welcome to
that?
Rundown Retrospect. Every week we take our up-and-coming streamer friends and we bring them on. We get to know a little bit more about them, dive a little bit deeper into what makes them tick as gamers, and kind of hang out for a little bit and, take some questions from the chat, have some questions of our own. Like I said, we just want to get to know each and every one, and we're really excited. We got Miss Lnarious with us this week. Why did it just cut out? That was weird. Yeah, so Lnarious, give us your 1, 2, 3. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right, so I'm Lnarious. You can call me L, Lnarious, Riley, Rye. I use whatever. Most people just call me Lnarious though, and I am pretty much a full-time streamer now. I do that in a bunch of like freelance stuff on the side, and I play just a ton of different games. Like literally just about a little bit of everything in kind of every genre. So it's really hard when people ask me like, what do you play? I was like, well, I play Sakura and Bloodborne, but I also play like Zelda and Among Us and zombies and like, so it's
all of it.
yeah, just all of the things.
All of the above.
What do you play?
A, B, C, D, F, E.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I need to start saying. Is just yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Cool deal. I mean, I kind of want to rip into like the first question.
Go for it.
What was the game? What was that one game that was like made you like, oh hey, this is it. I want to do this. I enjoy video games now. Like, what was that one game that propelled you into?
So I would say it wasn't one game for me. It was 3 games over the course of like a 10-year time span. So when I was really little and I would go visit my dad, and it was like every other weekend for a little while, we always got to go down to his basement, which smelled like mildew water. It was just like this concrete basement with like exposed wood everywhere. And we would just sit down and play Genesis. We played Sonic, I think it was Sonic 2. And just that spending time with him, doing something like we were both having fun, made me really enjoy the overall experience of it. But then I didn't actually get into gaming until I was a little bit older. I would play like the games that came in CD-ROMs out of cereal boxes back in the day. I don't know if you guys played any of those.
Oh, like the like the demo discs, right?
Yes, yeah. Or like Captain Crunch had that one that was like the Captain Crunch game. I loved that shit. I loved it so much. But then my mom finally broke down and bought me a Nintendo 64 from eBay, and it came with 5 games and a controller with a rumble pack. And she never bought me any more games. That was it. But it was Zelda and Mario 64 on those, and Star Fox, and Wave Runner, and there was another one I never played it. But when I played Ocarina of Time, that was the first time I played a game for myself.
There
and I
it
was
is.
just like,
there it is.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't want to get up and eat. I don't want to go to bed. I don't want to talk to my mom. I don't want to go to gymnastics. I just want to play this game right now. And it was like being able to like go behind streets and go in rooms and do all of these things. It's just like, I love this. And then the handheld Game Boy Advanced Super Mario World, I think it was. I went on a trip to New York with my great grandmother, and it was just her and all of her old church friends. And so I played the whole game on the ride up to New York on the bus, so I didn't have to like talk to anybody. And that was when I was like, oh, I see. And I was done at that point. I was like all into it from then on.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like just because we ask like every guest that one question, right? And it's always cool to see like there's a lot of similarities, but like just to see like that game that grasps them and like suck them into the video gaming world, like it's really cool to see that.
What was yours? Just out of curiosity.
I'm not gonna date myself. No, I'm just kidding.
Come on.
My first console was a regular Nintendo, and it was Mario, like Super Mario Brothers. But I mean, obviously, like I was a kid, so like I had to, develop more of a gaming knowledge, right? So like that was the first one that made me like enjoy video games. But then like Super Nintendo was really sucked me in, and we've all talked about this too. It was like the Aladdin game, Lion King, Little Mermaid, shit like that. Like
Yeah.
those I really enjoyed.
I never played the Little Mermaid one.
Oh really?
I never played any of those. I watched them.
It was
It's
definitely
just as
Aladdin
perverted.
for me though, like Aladdin, Battletoads, all that good shit.
A Link to the Past.
Yeah, Link to the Past.
Yeah.
I never played it. I've never played it.
A Link to the Past?
Yeah, I haven't played it.
Oh yeah, that's like the original though.
I need
It's
to.
it's good. If you have Switch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they have like the Nintendo Classic that you can get on there. It's
Wait,
got
for
like
real?
yeah, it's got a Link to the Past on there.
Nice. I'm definitely gonna have to try that.
It doesn't translate well. Just letting you know, you're gonna hate it.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Because like if you try to compare Link to the Past to like Breath of the Wild.
Well, I still play old school RuneScape, so
Oh okay.
I refuse to play the new one. I can't.
I got you. So you're like, oh, I understand shitty controls.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
I
fine.
actually know a lot of people that feel the same way
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
RuneScape.
Yeah, RuneScape's like it's making a reemergence. Which
It
is kind of cool.
is. I love it so much.
It's on mobile now too.
Yeah.
I don't think
it's,
I'd want to play it on mobile.
it's just really cool to see like old games like reemerging, like not just RuneScape, but like even like Pokemon. Like it's still kind of, I wouldn't say it's so much like the old stuff, but like it's stayed a staple with gaming for almost 30 years now. So like that's super cool.
I have Link's Awakening for the Switch. I haven't played it yet though. I have it, but I haven't played it yet.
I really want to try Hyrule Warriors. So you know.
I have that too, but I haven't played it.
I know.
And Cadence
I'm seeing a theme here.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you like Zelda games or no?
I do. It's just I don't have. I do. I just play most of the new ones.
That's fair.
Like I started with Ocarina.
Ocarina is so good though. I enjoyed that one so much. Because I was like, oh hey, this is like kind of like an open world, and I can ride a horse and go different places, and I always thought that was really cool.
Saving Epona was my favorite part. I was like, oh.
I fucking loved it. There was like that one scene where you're, I guess, in the castle, and then like Zelda shows up, and like there's like this weirdly weird.
Oh, when you're a kid.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the Sheikah.
Yeah. That was super cool. What's your console of choice right now? I mean, is it still PS5 or?
I guess Switch, but that's really hard to say because like it changes up every week. Like one week I'm in the mood for kind of like the more bubbly Nintendo vibe, and then the next week I'm like, I just want to kill some shit. And so I'm like PS5 all the way, you know. So it really just depends on what mood I'm in.
Yeah.
I want blood.
Yeah, that's really what like I'll get on stream and I'll be like, all right guys, let's just go kill some shit, okay?
You go from like Mario Kart to like Sekiro.
Yeah, definitely.
So it sounds like you've played a pretty wide range of games over the years. Has there been anything that's like a moment in a game that just like pissed you off and just like made you rage? Like what was like that moment that was the most pissed off you've ever been at, like at a game or in a game?
I've never raged for a game before. I raged yesterday with Adobe, but like, I don't think I've ever raged with a game. I get mad and I get frustrated, but I do this more kind of like game on. Don't play stupid game anyway, stupid. Like that's more of like my rage quitting. I'm just like I don't want to play anymore. It's just a stupid game. But I did that a few times when I was playing Sekiro with a couple of the bosses, and I get really irritated.
How do you not break stuff playing that game?
You didn't rage at all with Bloodborne?
No, I love Bloodborne.
Shit.
I played it like 3 times.
She's an anomaly, dude. That's crazy.
I love it. It's hard. It's hard, but that's why it's so much fun.
Right, but like those Dark Soul, because like Dark Soul is like a genre now, right? Like Dark Soul-esque games, right?
Yep. Yeah, like Souls games, like the Soulsy games, right? Yeah.
So it's like either you absolutely love it, or you'd rather just like watch puppies burn than
I
play
mean,
it. Like, it's
I will say, like, to be fair, like, you know, I tried the Dark Souls games, like the Dark Souls games, and I just couldn't do it. Not so much because it was too hard, because it is difficult, but I just don't feel like they're good games. Like they might have been when they came out, but now, like after playing Sekiro, for example, like going backwards and playing those games is like undoable for me.
Yeah,
I can't.
I
Do
feel
it.
like that's a game you had to have caught like as it was happening.
Yeah.
So I mean, like for me, I tried going back and playing the Souls games, and I was just like, I hate this. I'm done.
Yeah.
But like Bloodborne,
It wasn't fun. That was the
Yeah.
problem. It wasn't fun for me.
I played
Yeah.
I played Bloodborne like a couple years after it had already come out, and I had to force myself to really do it. I was pretty self-destructive around that time. I was like,
Oh.
"Dude, I'm having a good day. Let's play some Bloodborne." Fuck it up.
God, I love it so much.
Yeah,
But
'cause
I mean-
I saw you playing Sekiro one time, and I was like, let me look, and I was like, oh wait, no, I played Bloodborne. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
not buying that.
I was on the Sekiro page and I went to buy it, and it's like made by the people that did Bloodborne, right? And I saw that and I was like, nah.
God, though, it's one of the most satisfying games you'll ever play in your life. I'm telling you, though, once you stab that sword into their gut and you're just like,
I mean,
It's like, yes!
Fallen Order is relatively Souls-like. Even Remnant
I have
from
not
the
played
Ashes-
that.
Even it is though. It's awesome if you like Star Wars. That's an amazing game.
So
Even
so
Remnant
good.
from the Ashes is somewhat Souls-like, but not as
The-
ragey.
The game, like the gameplay for yourself, like as your character, is very Souls-like. I don't think the boss battles are as very Soul-like as.
That's one of the things I like about Bloodborne, or the boss battles.
Those are insane.
They're so enjoyable. The boss battles in Sekiro are good, but they're much more skill based than they are in Bloodborne, in my opinion.
So I also started a game called Mortal Shell, which is Souls-like, and it's fucking hard as shit. I gave up. So if you like those games, look into that.
I do like those games. You have to send it to me.
It's on Epic.
Neo is my next like my next step.
Yeah, that
Is
looked really
Neo,
good.
Neo and Neo 2.
Oh no, I was thinking Nier. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't actually played Neo yet, but it's supposed to be harder, from what I've heard, than Bloodborne and Sekiro. So
Have you seen
Like the-
Immortals: Rise of Phoenix yet? Yes.
I think I saw the trailer,
I saw some gameplay of that.
I
like
started
the
it.
play trailer.
Yeah, once
I
I
haven't
finished,
played it.
I finished
Alright.
Valhalla, and I decided to try that out. It's okay so far.
All right, here's the thing. Right? When you see a trailer for something, don't go off of that at all, because like that trailer is not what the gameplay is. Promise you.
I put a couple hours into Immortals, and it's pretty fun. I could see it getting really good
Yeah,
as it progresses.
progressing.
It's good.
You have it. It's amazing, Joker. All right. Well, you can text me about it. I'm interested. I mean, like, it's just like from what I saw in trailers and stuff like that, to compare to like actual in-hand gameplay, the math isn't there. Like, it's totally different.
It's
but,
very
I mean,
similar to like Breath of the Wild meets like Assassin's Creed kind of
yeah, that's what I saw. And then like you can fly a little bit or whatever.
with like
Right.
yeah, with like Fortnite type humor, and it's a solid game.
All right, never mind. I'm out.
No, the humor in the game.
Anything related to Fortnite, I'm out.
It's totally unrelated.
So Lnarious, when was your first stream? Since like I know you're like big into gaming, like you switched over to the streaming side. When was like the first stream, and how was that?
I think it was like November 11th, I think.
Of 2020?
Yeah.
Oh
Jeez.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So what was the first stream like?
My very, very, very first stream, I did the week before I started streaming, and it was just one stream. I didn't even have a webcam yet, so it was just me streaming. I was playing Genshin, and I had 0 viewers for like a really long time, and then I think I had Really Sane Hatter came in, and that dude came in every time I was live after that. For a really long time. I kind of went away from his like gameplay, but he was definitely my like first supporter. So it was really fun from the get-go. But then the next week was my birthday stream, and that was when it got weird.
Yeah, if you guys haven't been in a Lnarious stream,
Like
it gets weird.
that stream set the tone for the rest of my like streaming. Like that was, I think, and even then, like I finally gotten comfortable enough where it's 100% just me now. But that was definitely like day one of like me streaming.
Right.
Was my birthday, which was the 16th of November.
And I never saw your first stream, but I've seen your streams probably for the last month or so, pretty consecutively.
Aww.
And just like I don't know how that first stream was, but to just think about how that was to what you do now is actually really fucking incredible, because like you have like such a cool setup and such a really cool design of the way you do things. Like if you guys can see this, which obviously you can, she has like these really neat filters. Like she dyes her hair every day. But like it's just like really cool, like, you know, setup and overlays and filters, and it's just so like, what made you like choose that kind of design as far as your stream goes?
I don't know really. Like it was actually an accident, I think, even that I really started streaming. It was originally I wanted to play games more, but I kind of felt guilty about spending my time playing games when I didn't have a job, because I haven't been able to get a job because of, you know, the pandemic. And so they kind of tricked me into streaming as saying like, well, at least that way you have the potential to make money, so you won't feel guilty about, you know, playing games. Right. And so, but they didn't tell me that. Like they were just like, why don't you do streaming, like it'll be fun. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. And then after Kyle came in to my stream, like the day after my birthday, and all of Team Tosca came in, and like I got into that community, and then I started like meeting other streamers, and I was like, I love this so much. I was like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever done in my life. I love the people. I love the community. I like creating the content. I just like, it just like hit me in the face. And I was just like, this is what I really want to focus on. And so I just started doing research. I was like, what do other streamers have? What do other streamers do? Or like, this streamer has this set up. How many followers do they have? How many viewers do they have? How often do they stream? Okay, then went to the next one. And I did the same thing. And I was like, how many followers? How many viewers? What does their setup look like? And I just kept doing that to try to figure out like what works and what doesn't. And then I did that, and I was like, but now let me add me to it. And so that's just kind of what I've been doing.
That's awesome.
I got you. Oh yeah, dude. All right, so I have to. I wanted to put it off a little bit further, but I think this is like the perfect moment to ask this.
Yeah.
Because you already know what question this is. The Xenon theme.
Yes.
Okay, so if you guys don't know, there's an old Disney Channel original movie back in like the 90s called Xenon Girl of the 21st Century. And Lnarious has adopted this thing hardcore.
Yeah.
So what made that your choice of theme to go to? I mean, other than probably like it being like a favorite movie.
Yeah. So when I was trying to like brand myself to go into freelancing, like early 2020 summer, I was trying to come up with like a name for myself that I could use other than my name. And I kept going around like all of these different things. I used like logo brander, you know, name generator and everything. And I hated everything. I hated them all. I was like, these suck. And so I just sat on it, and I was like, I tried to figure it out. And I came up with Lnarious because it's a play on of Lnarious from Xenon. And then I used that as my handle. And I was like, wait a second. I love space. Like I've always loved space. I have a degree in physics. I I love
Oh,
that.
really?
Yeah, I do. I
Just
love.
casually slide that in.
It's,
Yeah.
but my master's is in education, so like whatever.
Fucking soft flex. She's like, yeah, whatever. I got a degree in physics, whatever.
No, but for real though.
That's awesome.
Yes, sweet things. Thank you. I didn't do anything with it, so it's pointless, useless. But, anyways, what was I talking about?
Xenon.
Now we're back into my streams. I lose my train of thought all the time. Yeah. So I was like, let me start doing this. So it started out with I changed my channel points to megabytes to kind of go with that whole futuristic theme, and I was like, I really like this. And then I was like, let me make my emotes, and I made my emotes into like this thing. And then Slaps was in my channel. They always pick on me and call me Psycho, and they're like, Psycho girl is just being herself or whatever. And so we were thinking about it, and we were like, what are we gonna call like our community? And this was around when I had, I think, maybe like 100 followers or so. And Slaps was like Psychonauts, and I was like, I love that. But we can't use the actual Psychonauts because of the it's trademarked, so we changed it to Psychonauts. I was gonna say Psychonauties, but I didn't like that very much. So as soon as we came up with the Psychonauts, I was just like, nope, Xenon all the fucking way, all the way. Yeah.
That's such a deep cut too. Like if you don't know what it is, like it's a deep cut, dude. Like what, like 96, 97 or some shit like that. Like
No, it was like 99.
Was it 99?
I'm pretty sure, dude.
Dude, can we get a fact check, please? That's fucking crazy, dude. I love it because I know about it, and like I was a kid.
1999. Boom.
Okay.
And the Xenon Z3 was 2004. So it's really not that bad. It's not that old.
we don't talk about the sequels. That's super cool though. I love it. It's because like all your alerts are set up for Xenon stuff, and like there's like little gifts and stuff.
Yeah,
so it's super cool, man. I really like it.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what's I know we were talking about like your setup for the overlays and like the filters and stuff. What's the rest of your setup like though?
Like my PC stuff?
Yeah, like let's get into nitty gritty, dude.
Yeah. So actually I'm in the middle of kind of revamping it. So day one I had my desk and my monitor, which is like it's a Sony TV that I've turned into a monitor, and then my PC, and that was it. But now I have the TV, that's the monitor, 43 inches, like wall mounted, and then I have 2 Dell monitors on either side. And so I usually have slobs over here with chat on this one, and then whatever I'm doing on the main one, and then like music and like alert stuff for me to focus on this one over here. And then and then over here I have like a cubicle thing, which has been in some of my pictures, where I keep like my hats off requests. I get asked all the time, like, put your hat on, So my hat's over there, my Switch stuff is over there, games, my Magic cards, all those things. And then
do we dare break it out?
Break it what out?
The squishy.
I can bring my squishy box. It's right there. Do you want me to get my...
I was thinking about it because I was in your stream the other day, and like there was like a huge request for squishies, and I was just
do you want me to... It's a huge part of my channel. I can bring them out for...
Bring them out, dude.
Yeah.
She gets
so that was... I love my squishies so much, you guys. So I started doing this a little while ago. I made a channel point redemption for a squishy, so I come over to this box and I just like pick a random squishy, and then I bring it up to the camera and I show them, and then I squish it and say squishy. And it's just like a really popular, it's like redeemed all the time. And I finally had to do a squishy request one because people were like, I want the bunny, or I want the shark, or whatever. And so I added that, so that way there's just that next level of interaction with it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get a what's the thing for the Ouija board, Evan?
Planchette.
Yeah, you have to get a planchette and a mustache one.
I have a planchette somewhere.
Is it
I do need one of those, you guys. That'd be great.
No, it's an actual planchette. I actually just got Mellow Mock sent me a squishy in the mail, so I just
Aw,
got that
cute.
today. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I love my squishies.
My mail sucks.
I put it on my volume knob, so it just like spins as I
Yeah.
turn my volume up and down.
Nice.
That's awesome. I gotta figure out what to do with mine. I actually have this really cool. I got a really cool Christmas gift. It doesn't show up in my stream a lot because I do blue screen. But if you look at this,
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
right?
That's dope.
Yeah. Since we're all just showing off stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So we've talked about your gaming history. We talked about your setup. Let's talk about a little bit about your website building.
Yeah.
And what got you into that?
So I was a teacher before I started this. And my last year of teaching, I was thrown into a position where I was like set up to fail because like I replaced a teacher who'd been there for like a really long time. And so all of the students hated me. And so the only thing that like gave me an outlet was learning to do something else, and I really loved coding. So I started teaching myself how to write code in different languages and apply it to my teaching stuff to make my teaching life easier. So then I could learn more coding to have more fun and do less teaching stuff. So that's exactly what I did. I created an app basically to input student data and output graphs and stuff to like grade them and rate their performance and like give them feedback, so I didn't have to do anything except import a document and I was done. So then I started doing that and I was like, oh, I want to do a website, and I started doing it for myself and I was like, I want to build websites. And then I was just like, I think something that's a really untapped like avenue is somebody who's building websites just for streamers, like personal, websites, because like Linktree, okay, yeah, but that's boring, right? You can't put pictures of yourself on Linktree,
Right.
Right.
So anyway, so I love it.
Because I think with Linktree you can only like customize the the options, right? Like you.
I guess I've never used it.
Yeah, I mean I've seen a few Linktrees, but like that's all I know as far as that goes. But yeah, that's super cool, dude. Like I did. So what did you teach?
I taught physics, biology, botany, sports medicine, English as a second language biology, advanced biology, honors biology, and honors human anatomy and physiology.
All stuff we would have failed.
I only know a couple of those words.
Yeah.
It was hard because my first year, because I look so young, my very first year teaching, I got cussed out in the hall by students when I told them to go to class because they thought I was a student. I got asked out to prom a few times. I got hit on to the point of like the dude got suspended because he wouldn't leave me alone. It's like
That's
teachers
hilarious.
would tell me to put my phone away. No, the worst thing was like other teachers because I was new, they didn't know me. They told me to put my phone away in the hall because they thought I was a student. And I was just like, I have a badge.
Wow, dude.
That's horrible. It's
so
horrible.
I really like that, you jump into the streaming world and you're not just doing like the bare minimum. You're literally trying to tackle every aspect.
I have to though.
Of this. I think that's amazing, because most of us, we just copy and paste some shit. Whereas you're like, I'm gonna build all this shit from scratch and it's gonna be fucking immaculate.
Yeah.
So,
I love it. I love it.
Hats off to you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah. We discussed in the previous podcast, the one a few minutes ago, about how you built the teamtosca.com website. And it's clean. It's aesthetically pleasing. Everything's laid out. I absolutely love it. There's a section for, Team Tosca itself. There's a section for boosted members, and then there's one for the podcast.
Yep.
Which, thank you for doing that, by the way.
You're welcome.
It's incredible. So if you guys haven't been yet, go to teamtosca.com, check it out. Actually, go to Lnarious. It's pronounced Lnarious, but it's spelled Lnarious.com. Amazing website as well. Like everything's just so clean. You're so talented, dude.
Thank you. That means a lot to me. I really appreciate it.
All right, stop. That's enough. I'm just kidding. But I mean, like, okay, so you're doing the streaming thing, right?
Yeah.
You're building websites.
Mm-hmm.
You're creating content. You're doing all the like emotes and sub badges and all this stuff. How do you schedule a normal life outside of all that?
I don't have one.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I
She's
do a
just
little
like us.
bit. No, I mean, I do like a little bit, but like I've said this on my streams a lot. I'm extremely introverted. Um, Being around people is extremely tiring for me, and I have really bad social anxiety when it comes to like in-person stuff. Like even at stoplights, I'm working on it, but I will roll my windows up and I will turn my music down to like try to be unnoticed. I've been doing better about it since I started streaming. Like it's really helping my like IRL anxiety.
Mhm.
But it's just like especially with like COVID, what am I gonna do? Where am I gonna go?
Yeah,
So I pretty much
options are
I
limited.
wake up. Yeah, I wake up. I do my chores like cleaning the house and grocery shopping and bills and like those kinds of things, and then I sit down and I just start working. And I pretty much work until 3 a.m. when I decide that I want to go to sleep because I just don't want to go to sleep. I should go to sleep, but I don't want to.
You guys, this girl is insane because she'll hop into general chat at like 8:30 a.m. and then goes
Yeah,
to bed at like 3:30 a.m. It's
yeah.
fucking nuts, dude.
It's not healthy. Don't do it. But
um,
I have idiopathic nightmares too. So sleep has never been like a friend. So it's just like it fits with my all-time lifestyle, I guess.
Gotcha. I mean, I hate that you're going through that, but like everything makes sense. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm the opposite. I'll sleep through my entire life if I could.
I used to be that way when I was a teenager. I would sleep. I got yelled at so much for like,
Yeah.
it's 1 o'clock, get up! And I was just like, no.
Yeah, and like after working the graveyard shift for like,
Yeah,
4
dude.
years now that I've been doing that, so I have a hard time staying awake more than like 7-8 hours. I start getting really tired.
Yep.
So I basically survive off of naps.
I survive off of coffee and Monster Energy drinks. Uh,
Definitely
Uh,
coffee.
and candy.
100% crack cocaine over here. I'm just kidding.
I knew it.
Whole gallon of PCP.
uh, so, so with that also being said, like, so you're balancing all that with the streaming. How does that affect you on camera? Do you think? Like, is it affects like your mood or how you interact, or is there like a balance that you have that you think?
I think so because that's one of the really cool things about what I'm trying to do. So far, it's been going really well, so I'm really fortunate. Is I'm trying to simultaneously have my streaming life and my like financial like work professional life be intertwined. So that I'm working and like I'm doing content for others, but while I'm doing that, I'm getting to interact with my viewers and like my teammates and other streamers. So it's just like enhancing that like bond with them. So by the time I get on stream, I'm able to be like, oh, yo, like we just talked about this like 5 minutes ago. And if anything, I think it makes it better because it gives me even more of a reason to be really active during the day and like reach out and talk to people and hop in people's streams and stuff. So I think it just makes it better, to be honest.
Yeah. So is that like your motivation? Like you're just wanting to talk to people and like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, like I went my entire life, and do not fucking make me cry, goddammit. Like my entire life.
Had nothing to do with this, guys.
Yeah, it's all his fault. I went my entire life being bullied or not having friends, and I took that really personally for a really long time. And over the past few years, I've really been working on trying to just who am I, what do I want, what do I enjoy, like those kinds of things. And now that I found this community and I'm in it, I'm meeting so many awesome people, like in Team Tasca, I'm in just all of these different communities, and it's just so amazing. And I just like I'm making up for 28 years of like not having friendships. So I genuinely love it. I love it.
Yeah, and I think that's a huge testament to just how strong this community is. Is like we all, for the most part, like a majority of us, a pretty large majority, 8:30, 9:30 in the morning, at least EST or whatever, whenever that time is your time. People are hopping into the general chat and just fucking good mornings all over the place and like shit talking. Like like literally 9:15 in the morning, fucking Slaps and Steph are going at it, and
Yes,
it's like
every morning.
It's my
I was just like, I
it's
can't
my
keep
morning
up.
coffee, dude.
It really is. It's so great.
I love it,
It's
and you fit so well within the community too. You know what I mean? Like,
Thank you.
it's just your personality, like the way you feed off of everybody, and the way that we feed off of you, and it's just there's a lot of energy that you bring. And I'm just trying to get her to cry now, guys. So you just started streaming back in November.
Yeah.
You have elevated your game to a very, very high point.
Thank you.
And I say that because like I've seen it. I've been in there several, at least once or twice. So you've watched yourself grow over the last 2 months. Is there any advice that you have for anybody else that's just starting out or wanting to get into the streaming atmosphere? And what advice can you give them to help elevate their streams?
Well, the thing I think the most important thing is just to enjoy it. The very, very first time I was streaming, and I was like, guys, what do you want me to play? I had it was Wilma and the Really Sane Hatter, and I asked them both. I was like, what should I play to have more viewers? Like, that was my focus. And Wilma every time was like, play what you like, play what makes you happy, play what you enjoy, stop worrying about us. And I was just like, okay. And then the next day I would say, but what do you want me to play? And finally I stopped asking and I just started playing what I enjoyed. And that was the day that Kyle came and brought Tosca to me, like Team Tosca. The first time that I played something that I wanted to play for me and that I just enjoyed, other people saw that and they were like, oh, she's having fun. So that's the biggest thing, is just do what you enjoy and don't worry about the rest of it.
Right.
But at the same time, don't be stupid with it. Like, there are things that I want to play that would be death to my stream because nobody is watching it. So unless I already have that base of viewers, I'm not going to play them because I want to get more people in.
Right.
But
there's a
that
lot of
doesn't.
saturation too, right? Like,
Yeah, exactly. So I do use Twitch Strike. Sometimes I don't use it every single time I stream, but I do use it sometimes to see what's on, who's playing, what's going on with this, what's going on with that, and I might change my gameplay for the day. But I also do research on other streamers, and I think that's been a big key to my growth. Is I research what's going on, what are people into right now, and I go to other people's streams and I talk to them and I get to know them, and I try really hard not to say that I'm a streamer in other people's streams.
Yeah.
If they ask hey, are you a streamer too, I'll say yeah, of course, yeah, I am. But I try to go in and just meet as many other streamers as possible outside of the community I'm already in as well.
Right. You just want to say hey, right?
Yeah. So, and that makes me meet other people who are doing stuff, and I'm like, oh, I really liked how this person interacted with this viewer this way, or I really like their overlays, or oh, they had these cool sound effects, let me do that. So I've learned a lot from just meeting other people too.
Yeah, that's one of the cool benefits about that too, is seeing how different people interact in chat too.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, I mean, I get that. There was another question I had and it just completely escaped me. I'm really bad at this. Michael! I mean, because at the end of the day, I mean, you do have to have a little bit of awareness about what you're playing, right?
Yeah.
But the people that come to see you aren't coming for the game.
Yeah.
Right? They're coming for you. So, as long as you're personable and you're interactive with chat and you put on a fun stream, that's the important thing. Right? You can play whatever the hell you want at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And that's what I try to tell people too, is dude, nobody cares what you're playing. They're there for you.
Yeah. That's something I definitely learned too, was I'm not going to be a streamer who you come to watch the gameplay and sit there for an hour just watching me play. That's not me. That's never going to be me. But I'm also not going to be the just chatting chick sitting there talking to you. So it's definitely been like a balance. But I think as people come in, like I'm gonna put, if I'm playing Breath of the Wild, I'm not gonna be just chatting. I'm gonna be Breath of the Wild. But the majority of the time, I'm gonna be talking to you. You know, I'm gonna be talking to the viewers while I'm playing. So there's a lot of like pause, play, pause, play.
Right. Michael chimed in with the yeah, buddy. Dude, hey, I had a blank moment. I needed you for a second. What were we good? Guys, if you don't know, our wonderful host Michael is at a wedding right now for a really good friend of his. So he couldn't make this episode, which is
It
rare.
sucks.
Never happened before.
Nor is it ever happening again.
Never again. He's like, goddamn right, dude. But just can we get some love for Michael in the chat, dude? Send him our wishes. Love you, dude. Lnarious,
Yeah.
you've been a part of Team Tosca's initially since you started streaming for the most part, right? Like,
Give or take like 2 weeks, I think.
What's been your favorite moment about interacting with the community?
Oh wow. I would say probably New Year's Eve. Like if you're talking like something like
That was
I
awesome.
mean, that shit was good, right? Yeah, dude.
that was like, I think that was the first time I hung out with like a big group of friends in my life. And that's exactly what it felt like, was just hanging out with a group of friends.
Mhm.
It was actually extra funny because I was also streaming for the first part of it.
Yeah, you
And so so it was just me and the like this huge like what 20 people call or something crazy. I was like doing like this kind of stuff
Yeah.
and everything. And like they had no volume, they had no idea what was going on, so I just looked like a crazy person and was like, but yeah, that was
I was
definitely my
focused on
favorite.
that because I noticed it, and I was just like, I'm in her stream also, and this is funny watching her do it. It was amazing.
I feel like everybody in that call was like all over the place at that moment because we were
Yeah.
all like, we were all looking in other people's streams, and then we were like, oh shit, it's like close to midnight, and then like we had that big surprise for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
So,
great.
like, everybody like rushed back over to that one point, so like we kind of like left all the other streams for a second, and it was insanity and chaos. I loved every fucking second of it. And anybody that's part of Team Tosca that's in here that was able to make it, and especially you guys, like, that was my favorite moment of 2020. And I had some good ones, you know, but like that was my favorite moment of 2020 overall, and it was virtual as shit. I don't know none of y'all in real life, and I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, like I wasn't even gonna stay after midnight. Like I was gonna end my stream and go to bed. But I was just having so much fun. And you guys most of you were playing games together. But I was like, nah, you know, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna stay. This is fun. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah. I appreciate everyone so much. And Lnarious, you've been a fucking bright star for everybody.
Yep.
Thank you. That means a lot to me. It really does.
Lnarious, do you have anything that you want to bring? Like anything that you want to talk about, or questions, or anything? What do you got going on?
What do you mean? Like, those are different questions.
I mean, like, what do you think? Anything you want to talk about, or you know?
I mean, I am gonna start doing something in what do you call it? February that I'm really excited about.
Oh, okay. So is that all we get, or is there a little bit more to that, or?
So I think I've mentioned it, but I'm gonna start recording content, and I'm gonna start creating like music video kind of parodies. So they're not really parodies. Like I'm not really making fun of anything. But it's something I used to do when I was a little kid. Was I would run around with my like Walkman, you know, the big ass CD player in my jacket, and I would pretend like I'm in a music video. So yeah, I like rub across the walls and like sing into stuff. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna really do it. I'm gonna really do it. So I'm gonna be making like full-fledged, cut and edited, overlaid music videos. And I've already picked out the first song that I'm gonna be doing, and I'm not telling you what it is.
That's fucking exciting. Dude.
I am so excited.
Hell yeah, dude. That's gonna be so. Is that gonna go to your YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Well, again, Michael just hit on this. This Twizzler 803's channel, which is Michael, which is the brain operating system processing power.
He's the architect.
He's the architect of the Rundown podcast. We streamed everything on his channel. That channel will be turning into the Rundown podcast Twitch channel. He will have his own separate channel that's going to side from that. I highly recommend everybody in chat, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your husbands, tell your wives, tell your significant others, your cousins. Make sure you go follow this dude because not only does he stream games, he streams editing. He's a very, very talented individual. The fucking logo, the Rundown podcast logo, like that, the intro, like everything that is in the Rundown, Michael has created. So please make sure whenever that link drops, I will be putting that wherever the fuck I can. All socials, LinkedIn, MySpace, AIM, if you guys have that. I just want to make sure everything that all the followers that were part of Twizzler 803, once he separates, I want everybody and more, like and tons more to go to that new channel. Yep. Twizzler 803 will turn into the Rundown podcast, and that is where we will primarily run the Rundown podcast, the Rundown Retrospect, the Rundown Rewind. Whenever we do that, everything goes to that channel. So, like I said, whenever Twizzler goes to do his own thing, we're gonna go follow him, and that's happening next week, dude.
Yep.
That's exciting.
The Rundown's about to fucking we're striding, dude. We're excited. If anyone in chat, the Rundown Retrospect is actually booked all the way up until April. And I can't thank you guys enough, man. Like, as much as I do love streaming, the podcast is like mine and Michael's like baby too. Like it's his baby, and I'm like the stepmom or stepdad. But it's and then Evan's like step bro.
Just put it in sunny Philadelphia terms, please.
I just started blasting. But we're all super excited about this. So that's what's going to be happening. I don't want to give. Oh, merch website. Dude, I'm glad you did that. I'm really bad at plugging sometimes. There's merch coming. There's a Rundown podcast website coming. And it's happening soon. First quarter probably. So I'm pretty sure first quarter. So get ready for that.
Grumpy uncle.
Grumpy uncle. Dude, yeah. So the funny thing about this is, and I feel so bad for him, is that like Michael and I are on a normal schedule, and then Evan is on like this Boeing schedule. It's not even like a normal schedule. So I feel so bad for him when he has to do nighttime podcasts. But hopefully this guy gets his new job position. So he can become a part of the living again.
A normal person.
A normal person. We're super excited for that. Guys, okay. We're here. Lnarious is a special guest. I want questions in the chat. February. Okay. February. Everything's dropping in February.
Bet.
Everything? Close to everything? I don't know. Michael, put up a date. Yeah, guys, anybody in chat has questions for Lnarious? We got 16 people in here. Love to hear from you guys. I'm sure she's anxious to hear from you guys too. Wants to see what questions you got. Lnarious, you got anything else you want to plug while we're waiting on questions?
I'm just really excited. I hit over 500 on Twitch today.
Very cool.
Oh shit!
Yeah. So I'm super excited about that. I have a challenge for myself for the month of January. Instead of a goal, I made it a challenge. So I made it like intentionally difficult, and that was to double my viewers for the month of January. and that equaled out to a certain number of followers a day, and so far I'm hitting it. So I'm excited to keep grinding.
Hell yeah, that's amazing.
Nox Mortis wants to know what your workout routine is.
My workout routine? I'm getting back into my workout routine. I used to be I know the energy is because you work out. I don't work out before every stream, but I'm trying to get back into working out more consistently. I used to be into powerlifting, which nobody believes me that I used to be able to squat my weight. My partner even doesn't believe me. They're like, "No, you didn't." Yes, I did. Anyways, so I like legs. How much can I bench? I can't bench shit now. I've never really been into arms. My max, I can't tell you my max 5 rep squat weight, if you want to know. But I'm only going to say if you ask, so you've got to ask.
Oh, I want to know now, so you might as well say it.
Yeah,
no. Chat has to ask. Our
Joker,
viewers
get
have
on
to
it.
ask.
Joker, do it. Come on.
There you go.
Is asking. Okay, yeah, so it was 475. 475 was my max 5 rep squat weight. Max.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
I need
So
to
it was
get back
really
in-
into it.
I need to get back into working out because that's about how many pounds in taquitos I would eat a week.
That's how much gallons of beer I drink per month. Holy
shit,
shit.
So I can't do anything near that now. I'm only at counting the bar. I'm at 95 now. I'm so weak. Deadlift, I don't even remember. I have I keep all of my stuff in a composite notebook to when I work out. So I write down what I did, how much the weight was, how many reps I did, how I felt when I did it, and I keep all of them.
Oh,
So
I'm so glad you're hearing that you said composite notebook because I want to ask you two both, you and Evan.
Yeah.
Do you remember that show Ghost Rider?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Evan remembers Ghost Rider. So there was this show. It was PBS, I think. And there was this group of kids, and they all had pins that they kept around their neck as a necklace.
Okay.
And they would there was a ghost that helped them solve things, and they would write shit down in a composite notebook.
I
always think of that. Sorry.
I I have this one, which is one of my favorite ones.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's super neat. I like that.
Right?
It's yoga. Is that yoga poses? But
Yeah, they're yoga poses, but in skeletons. Right?
I fucking love that shit, dude.
Right.
It's so good.
Yeah. So my routine now is just kind of I go downstairs, I warm up a little bit, I lift weights, and in between sets I do ab stuff, and then I take a shower and stream.
That's awesome.
So you start. So your stream goes from 11 a.m. to 3.
It's usually
2:30.
2:30.
So and then the rest of your day is basically just built around networking and doing website stuff and
yeah,
creation.
I use the morning just for kind of hanging out and chat and talking to people and doing phone calls and emails and those kinds of things that I need to do. I try to meditate and then work out and then get my coffee and stuff ready for stream. And that's why I'm always late. I'm always late because at least one of those things takes longer than I anticipate it will. And then after that I do some more chore stuff, and then the rest of the night is content, networking, meeting people. If somebody came to my stream and I didn't know them, I want to go try to check out theirs if they're live. So then I'm doing that, and I try to tell everybody good night by midnight, but I usually lay in bed and do content stuff until 3 or 4 a.m. So
because I Lnarious is I'm going to bed, and it's 12, and then 3 p.m. or 3 a.m. she's yeah, I'm going to bed. I guess.
Yeah.
We're all guilty of it too. And that's just the gravitas of this the community, right? Too it's just you want to keep interacting with everybody,
Oh, yeah.
It's so hard. I don't want to go to sleep. It's not that I'm not tired. I just don't want to.
Yeah, sleep's stupid.
Sleep sucks, man. Stupid.
Any more questions for Lnarious other than what she can rep?
I love playing questions. I used to play, fun fact, my teaching, right? I started doing this thing where the first day of class was always, I let the students ask me any question they wanted about my personal life. Any question at all. and I said I would answer them all. Like, as long as it wasn't like really bad, I'd answer them, you know? And so they asked, like, have you ever done pot? And I would be like, yeah, you know? And I never had a problem with this until my last teaching place. I actually got called into the principal's office because they're like, you can't talk about those things with students here. And I was like, oh, okay.
Imagine
So
a
I
teacher
love.
getting called to the principal's office, though.
I was terrified. I didn't get called to the principal's office as a student. And just like the fact that I got called as an adult, I was just like freaking out. Oh god. Anyways.
That's amazing. Whistler. Yeah, so do you code your website or use the template builders?
I do a mix of both. I start with the template and then I do like the custom CSS and HTML for the rest of it. And Joker also asked what I do for cardio. I used to run.
Move.
Move. No, yeah, no, I move. I used to run, but from where I stopped working out after doing all that powerlifting, the muscles in my legs didn't support my kneecap anymore. So every time I bend it or like walk or run, the knee was going down and over and like just destroying my cartilage. Yeah, so it became extremely painful. So then I had to stop running. I wasn't allowed to work out. I wasn't allowed to bend. I wasn't allowed to go upstairs. I wasn't allowed to do anything for a while. And so I got into yoga, which surprisingly, if you do it, it can be cardio intensive. And so yeah, and then in the summer, like I like longboarding, which is kind of like cardio a little bit. And I dance a lot, but like in my kitchen. And in my bedroom, and in the car.
Hell yeah.
The three main places that you're supposed to do dancing, right?
Alright guys, well that pretty much wraps up this week's episode of the Rundown Retrospect. Lnarious, thank you for being here. Where can everybody find you?
.tv/Lnarious. .com/Lnarious. Find me. I'm on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, YouTube. I'm on TikTok, but I'm shadow banned, so I don't post anything anymore.
I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah.
All right. So next week, like I said, guys, the Rundown podcast will be the Rundown podcast on Twitch. It's a big move on Michael's part.
It's exciting.
Yeah, we're excited. Lnarious, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, dude.
This one was so fun. Do you have Tom? Oh, he wants to talk to you after stream.
Yeah.
Awesome. Next week. Oh, actually, next week at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 Central. We got Just Slaps, baby. The biggest shit talker on the internet, dude. I'm super excited to have this guy on.
Yes.
So that one's coming to you live next week on January 17th. That one's going to be super cool. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. As always, I am the Hefe Plays on everything. But you can just call me Mustache Dude or Jeff or Hefe or Stepbro, whatever. But I'm on everything as I am the Hefe Plays. Evan, where are you at, dude?
I am pretty much everywhere. Big Deadly Grin, Twitch, Twitter, TikTok recently, all that good shit. So look us up. Let's fucking hang out.
Fuck yeah, dude. And like I said, Lnarious is everywhere. Michael is at Twizzler803 everywhere, dude. Except for I think Twitter is I am Twizzler, right? So but dude, make sure you guys check out my friends, dude.
Yeah.
Check out the Rundown podcast. Check out my friends. We fucking love you guys. We're about to do this raid. Fucking, let's get some hype in the chat before we go. Let's get some fucking hype in the chat, dude. Let's fucking hype this.
All right, Vesmi07, VESMI07. I love this chick.
All right, let's fucking do it.
She's such a sweetheart.
All right, guys. Like I said, 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. Next week, January 17th. Lnarious, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Guys, this has been the Rundown Retrospect. We'll fucking see you next week.
Bye, guys. Thank you.